Well, I feel like musically, the record that I've just recorded is different, not only in the way I cut it, but the music on it is different, mainly because it's raw. It's very more rootsy. I have a song on the record called "Whistling Past the Graveyard" that I wrote, and it's got a whistle part in it. But I love the song. I love the message of the song. It's very folky, rootsy kind of thing. It's not real mainstream, but what the message says, and the song really means a lot to me because of like I said, my father and my uncle were involved in this record. They were there. My wife, my publisher, we all got in the studio together and we cut this song, and it was the most fun I've ever had in the studio. We all sat around in a big circle and we whistled and we laughed our butts off and just had a big old time. I went out in the woods and recorded a fire and sat around the fire down by the lake and picked up the crickets and the frogs and sat around and played this song over and over to the point that it's become, 2 years working on the record, this song has become a standard for me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like I've got a soundtrack to my life and this is a standard now and nobody's even heard it yet. So I'm really excited about getting this song out. And there's a song on there called Daddy's Girl that I wrote for my daughter. And that song means a lot to me. It was one of those songs I was sitting and, you're very seldom are you inspired. I hear these young writers say, oh, I woke up in the middle of the night and I had this idea and it just came to me. Well, that quits happening after about 15 years of writing commercially. All of a sudden you sleep. When it's time to go to sleep, you get up. But I was inspired this one night, and it was probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Normally when I was winding down and trying to forget the day, this idea came to me, and I sat in my bedroom in about an hour and wrote this song. And it brought a tear to my eye when I was writing the song, and that rarely happens too. It's that, my buddy Tony calls it the shiver. It's like when you're creating something, you get that shiver and you just know this is good, this is right. And that happened on that song. So that song means a lot to me. And then there's a song for my wife on there too that she's my world. She's been with me all the whole time, and the song's called "Nothing Left of Me But You," and it's kind of in the Waylon-esque type thing. It's kind of from that background. We actually cut it and made it sound like an old record. And used vintage instruments, and so it was fun to work on that song and the message behind it. And so yeah, there's a lot of, I think I've got 10 songs on there, and each and every song on that record, it took my heart and my soul to create musically and lyrically and everything else. I was actually able to put myself into something as an artist instead of as just the guy behind the scenes that's writing the song. It's a place where I do all the pre-production stuff, like do my work tapes, and I build little drum tracks and play bass and play acoustic, and we just kind of get something to take into the studio to get your idea across, because if you count on the musicians to do it, they have their own ideas, but it's better if you have more of the idea of the roadmap for them to follow.